because he's got stamina. That young whippersnapper. In Jamaica, we just say, you know, he might rev out the engine. Hi neighbors, hi friends, hi viewers, hi visitors to our channel. Welcome back. This is Tina Reed and Paul Reed, and this is me and my house. And we are continuing our age gap relationship talks. Our final one, babe. How you feel?
Tired.
It's been good though. It's been good. It's been really good.
It's been fun, and this is our last installment in this series. But before we continue, as usual, if you're new here, special welcome to you, and we're asking you to hit the subscribe button so you can become a part of the neighborhood. You can enjoy our vlogs. We have a family vlog that is our usual programming.
Yes.
But for this week, we are having this age gap special. Like the video, guys, and today we have a fun, interesting topic that we're going to demystify. Yeah.
So, you know, we touched in the last video on what happens when a relationship ends. But in this video, what actually happens when you decide to go forward? What is it really like in a successful age gap relationship? When it goes right, when it goes well, right? Yeah. And so we're going to talk about that today.
So we'll find that many people have myths about how this is. I shouldn't call it myths.
I wouldn't call it myths. I would say that there are generalizations that people make about the older woman and the younger man.
Because some of it is true.
Yes,
sometimes.
Yes. There are times when it's true. I would say that there is a narrative though that is perpetuated that, you know, people have an impression, have an assumption, and some people have it that is the truth.
Right.
And nothing but the truth. So help them God.
So help them God.
Yeah.
We're using so much big word. I think she said perpetuating. I was like, you know what? I'm going to step it up a notch. I'm going to step it up a notch for you, alright? Because she's not more than me. I'm going to stop my class. Alright, so Tina sent me a video, I think, on Thursday. And it was of this gentleman, I think his name is Tony Gaskins, and he was talking about these kind of relationships, older woman, younger man, and he was making a lot of, you know, broad brush statements about how these things work. Clearly, he has, well, from listening to him, you couldn't tell that he has been in one.
Right. So
or where his knowledge
came from. So he's, I don't know how many of you know this guy, Tony Gaskins. I was first introduced to him on Facebook, right? I would see these quotes from him, you know, because he's supposed to be a relationship guru, a relationship expert. And he has these books, and I would see extracts from the books giving advice to women about men and relationships. And up to Thursday, when I sent Paul this video that I came across on YouTube, I had never actually heard him speak. So hearing him for the first time and hearing him talk on the topic of why younger men are attracted to older women, I was like, this
She wasn't like, she was like, roll eyes. She was like, so when I saw the email, I thought it was, hey babe, this is a good example, you know, watch this video. But when I started watching the video, I was like, why didn't you send me this? Because the things that he was saying were just, it was hard to listen to.
Yeah, it was, but
we're going to share extract.
Yeah.
Extract. Wow.
Step it up, babe. Step it up.
His nerves, you know. We're going to share an extract from the video so that you can have a feel of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you've done lying, okay. The younger man that want a woman that's 10 years older or more, he want her for the same reason that younger women, that some women like an older man. Some women want a man 10 to 15 years older for security, for maturity. This younger man now, it ain't about maturity because he's not that mature. Women mature more, women mature faster than men. So ain't no 30-year-old man as mature as a 45-year-old woman. That's not the case nowhere in the world. Okay, what he want her for is the common denominator with the woman who want an older man, security. He want her because at 45 she most likely own a house or got a nice savings if she don't want to buy a house and she living in, you know, she renting, got a nice savings or got a nice job with get a nice little income. And we talking about a man like 30, 35 years old wanting to go 10, 15 years, sometimes 20 years older. Security. Because what he wants to do is he wants to play on her desperation. Because I'm a real man in the sense of I'm gonna be honest with myself. I could see a woman that's older and see that she's beautiful. She could be beautiful, body could be amazing. She could look better than women my age. But as a man who is a real man with pure intentions, I want to grow with somebody who we on the same age pattern. I want to grow with somebody that, you know, we literally, we on the same wavelength because our music was the same, our fashion was the same, our morals, values, and philosophies in life was the same. You know, the culture that raised us, the decades that raised us, the years we come up, it shaped us the same. So I'm telling you as an honest man, a real man, I would never want a woman that's 10 years or more older than me, regardless of how beautiful she is, regardless of how good in shape she is, just because we're on two different wavelengths. And then, just as a man, you know, yeah, she could look good, but she's still gonna age faster because she's older. So, and I'm not finna waste all these years looking for this rare gem that she Benjamin Button and she 45 but look 25. I'm not finna do that because that's too much superficiality.
All right, so as you saw, and we want to emphasize, this is not a beat up on Tony Gaskins. I don't know him personally or any book or quote. I've never heard of him. Tina knows him through quotes and what she sees on social media, but she doesn't know him personally or in any great way reading his book or anything like that. This is not a beat up on him, but this video on this topic, we found that he addressed it in a way that was unreasonable, and we are going to be debunking most of what he's saying today.
Yeah, what he's saying basically is that, as you guys would have seen from the clip, is that the younger man only wants the older woman for financial security. He only wants her for her money, right? And also, he's saying that he doesn't really want her for maturity because he's not that mature.
No man is as mature.
No younger man anywhere in the world is mature.
Right. As mature when you compare the ages.
Right. Certainly not, because older women mature faster than younger men. That is his claim, which I don't know where he gets his information from about that, but
statistics and all
yes, let's move on. Also, he paints this picture of this older woman as being desperate, right? And coming to that point in her age where she will just, you know, basically accept any man who comes across her path and is willing to get serious with her. And he, in turn, paints the younger man as, and we know this assumption, as having mommy issues, and all he wants to do is to be taken care of by this older woman. And he's basically looking for an opportunity to sleep with his mom.
Which is nasty. Just the thought of it.
Oh my gosh. Nasty is a word that he seems to use, you know, or versions of it to describe the younger man's attraction for the older woman.
Right, and what we're saying,
so repulsive to him.
What we're saying here is we're not making up or, you know, reinterpreting what he says. We're saying almost verbatim. So when he said sleep with your mom, that's what he said.
He actually said this.
When he said it's nasty to have a relationship like this, he actually said that, right?
He basically is saying that the younger man is nasty because he is seeing the woman in this way, and that is why he's attracted to her.
Right. So we may not be able to show all the clips, but we'll try to remember to link the video in the description. If you want to check it out, you can in your own time. But
what is this video about?
Right. What we drew from it was that we can clear up some things, seeing that we have the lived experience on this issue. And we're going to do that right now.
Tony Gaskins, to his credit, if you want to call it that, he did say that it is possible for there to be this genuine attraction between a younger man and an older woman and for the relationship to work. But he says that's like 1 in 10,000. Again, I don't know where this brother is getting his statistics from.
Yeah, he just pulled it from a hat.
But he's making the point that it's so rare for you to have these relationships and they work. But my disagreement is that transactional relationships exist. People get into relationships for all kinds of reasons. Opportunistic people exist. One person wanting to take up advantage of the other person in the relationship, whether it's for money or power or whatever, sex or status, it exists.
Right.
So any two people at any age, you put them together and they don't have pure intentions, you're going to have these issues.
And I think the sentence sermon that you can take away is that at the end of the day, Saturday there, sentence sermon. Wow, that was impressive.
Not really. Just go.
So at the end of the day, the point is any relationship success comes down to the two people in the relationship.
Yes.
It comes
Amen,
down
brother. Amen.
to the unique compatibility, the unique chemistry between the two people, as against what other modes or categories or areas you can put them in. This is age gap, or this is
race,
interracial,
religion.
this is Muslim and Christian,
Jamaican and American,
yes. Long distance relationship.
Yes.
It comes down to the two people. So generalizations, yes, you may find that there are patterns that you see recurring. That's fine, but don't be of the impression and then try to project on people that these things are the case and this is the mindset of Paul.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's still a man and a woman. All are young. It doesn't matter once they're of age. It's still a man is still a man and a woman is still a woman. And the needs of the man and the needs of the woman are still the same as any other, regardless of age. That's true. And the generalization is wrong because you wouldn't say, it wouldn't be, yes, you could say, but it wouldn't be fair to say that all Jamaican fathers, for example, are deadbeats. Or all black men are cheaters.
Right. Because black men don't cheat.
Right.
Alright, so now we're going to talk about Paul and Tina and bring it home as to why we think that these generalizations are not always true, because we don't have them here in our relationship.
So, first one. Now, a positive is that what we have found is that if you are compatible as a man and as a woman, regardless of your age, you will be able to relate to each other. Because I think people are afraid that they won't be able to relate to somebody who is younger or older, as the case may be. Mr. Gaskins himself said it.
Right.
You wouldn't have come up on the same fashion and the same music and
cartoons and all these things.
Right, and the culture that shaped your values. You would not have experienced those things together. And so therefore that automatically makes you incompatible.
And of course the picture is painted, premised on this is that the man is at home, just get up in the morning on the couch, playing game, Call of Duty, and Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, from morning till night, while the lady is inviting him to go to sip and paint and is just oblige her once in a while to go sip and paint, but he really doesn't want to. So what she enjoys, he doesn't enjoy. What he enjoys, she doesn't enjoy.
Right.
And that is not necessarily the case, guys. That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah,
Because for us, I can tell you, if I weren't married to Tina, I would be miserable because you see what you're seeing on a Sunday when we, put out music, play and sing and whatever. It's hard work, yes, but there's nothing I would love to do more than to share music with her, knock a creative idea off her, because people always think that I'm more creative one musically because I play. But I think Tina is more creative musically. She's not just me, building up her head or making her feel good. But I have told her this many times. I honestly believe she is more methodical in her thoughts, and she can see a creative pattern. Let me stop. My point.
No, don't stop.
My point is that you can find people who are different ages and probably stages in life that have common interests and enjoy hobbies and whatever they do together.
Yeah, because if you're active and you love to go hiking and, do all of these adventurous things, it doesn't matter if you're at two different ages. Mm-hmm. You like what you like.
Exactly. That's just the point.
We love to watch movies. No, mark you, I love dramas. Paul likes his action movies. But we enjoy watching movies together. It's an activity that we get to enjoy because we love being in each other's company. And I enjoy watching some of his action movies. Mm-hmm. And he enjoys watching some of my dramas. Mark you, 10 minutes in, he will fall asleep.
Always fall asleep, actually. It's the thought that counts, guys. Next point.
I think a lot of more mature women fear that they will end up with a younger man who is irresponsible. Mm-hmm. But can I tell you that younger men are also responsible and driven?
Really? What?
Could it be?
Man, the picture out there, alright, so people have the impression that the younger man is, he's seeing savings and accumulated wealth, nice career, she must be making out some money, and we're going to now just tap in and, withdraw all that we can and pull down from all our money. And
she mining.
Right, of course, because I'm on the couch all day playing games. And that
you're not having no ambition.
Right, and I don't want to further myself because, I already have my mother taking care of me.
Oh, snap.
Also, that the younger man would be so wild and promiscuous. His attention is elsewhere. He said he wants to be here, but his eyes are all over the place and he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. That's a generalization, and it doesn't have to be. Again, it comes down to the two people.
Yeah, because
in the relationship.
Because I've never experienced that with Paul. Mm-hmm. Paul is very responsible. You take care of business at home. Your family, your wife and your children, we are your priority, and that is very clear. Paul is, I guess, somewhat of a homebody. I've always known you to be that way. I never come see you as no man that love hang out with him friends and go drink, and that was never you from beginning. You always preferred my company.
Continue. That's it?
There's many wonderful qualities that I could elaborate on, but in the interest of time. In the same vein, younger men worry that the older women in their lives are going to try to control them, and they're going to try to mother them and smother them and dominate them. And that is not necessarily so. I don't smother you, do I?
Oh, I was going to say, let me speak. Alright, yes, no, she doesn't smother me. So, like a typical relationship, the man is expected to lead. And I don't lead, with we're doing this.
Iron fist.
Yeah, we're doing this, and no, it's collaborative. And, I don't know. It's just not a part of our relationship where
Yeah.
we have that power struggle because she's older. And a point to note, when I see her, I don't see somebody older. She's just my wife. When she sees me, she doesn't see somebody younger. Or, when you look on her, it's like, when Terminator and you see like the brain of the person in front of you, and you're like, it's like you're seeing Tina through the lens of her age. It's not that. She's a woman, she's my wife. I'm a man, I'm her husband. So whatever it is in the family that needs to be taken care of, whatever transactions they have to do, whatever decisions they have to make, she's my wife. I talk to her about it. I'm her husband. She talks to me about it, and that's how we see. We'll have to remove that age factor as this, thing that is hanging over your head.
Yeah. And I think why we work, honey, is because we both are believers in Christ. We believe in what the Word of God says. We subscribe to the biblical model.
You know what I'm trying to do? You said you subscribe to it. Sorry.
We subscribe to the scriptural template for marriage, where Christ is at the head and the husband follows and he's submitted to Christ, and the wife is submitted to the husband. The husband is leading the household, the family.
Mm-hmm.
And that works for us. For some people, I don't know, some people argue it many different ways and they have their own model that works for them, but this is what works for us.
Yeah.
And it's not about control.
Yeah. God's way is not just right, it's better.
Indeed.
Which takes us to the last point, and I am going to defer to Tina to bring this one up.
So, there is a narrative out there that says that younger men are, they're
Cue the dramatic music.
more active, that they're constantly, revving. So Tony Gaskins says that the older woman, is looking for a younger man because he's got stamina. He's that young whippersnapper.
Do you even know what that means?
So, yeah, in Jamaica, we just say, you might rev out the engine.
Okay.
Right? And so there's this narrative that is what the younger man does, he's full of testosterone, and so him just we're doing all the sound effects in this section.
Can you just make the points?
There's some truth to that. I think the picture is that he's an inconsiderate lover, and he is driven by his
Flesh, lust.
right.
And again, that could be also married to the point where that is why he's so promiscuous. He can't be satisfied, insatiable appetite for this, so he insatiable.
Ooh.
So he is just constantly moving and looking and all that. Again, there may be some biological truth, based on age and all that, but it comes down, and this is the final point we're saying no. Every relationship, whether interracial, whatever unique twist you have on it, apart from what is considered normal for a relationship, it comes down to the two people. What the man is, what the woman is, what characteristics they have, what the values they have, and that would be a big factor in determining the success of the relationship. For us, on top of that, and at the root of that is Christ. And that is our message to somebody who wants to hear something positive, and somebody who is fearful about making the next step just because of what is being said generally out there.
Yeah.
Know your purpose, because again, I don't think this video was supposed to be this serious at the end, but I feel like making this point. My purpose is wrapped up in Tina, in the sense that even this channel and the way that, the twins and Hannah, Hannah being able to sing. I told her this before. Yes, I married Tina, but Hannah was an important part of the package because of what we can do musically together. Hannah just born know how to harmonize.
Yeah.
So with my love for music, Tina's love for music, Hannah's ability to sing and all that, it just makes for good purpose fulfillment. And I honestly believe that if I were married to Tina, I would not have been walking in my purpose. So my point is, don't let your purpose be derailed because of a mindset that you have that is perpetuated by society and the generalizations that they put in your mind.
Yeah. Don't let the narrative get in the way of God's plan for you. Because God may have this in its plan. If you search through the Bible, you would be hard pressed to find where an age gap relationship is morally or spiritually wrong. And we've had persons who have looked in the Bible and they have tried to find where God is against it. The Bible seems to be largely quiet on this. And so you have to rely on the Holy Spirit. I had to rely on the Holy Spirit. Many other women who are Christian, who are in the market, so to speak, for a husband, and who come across a younger man who they are attracted to, who they find intelligent, who they find interesting, and same goes for the younger man, do themselves a disservice when they rule it out. That almost happened to us, and I'm glad we did not allow that to happen, because Paul says his purpose is wrapped up in me. I feel the very same way. I am content, I am fulfilled. This is the best relationship I have ever been in. I'm crazy about Paul, and I'm not his mommy. He looks after me, he provides for me, and we try as best as possible to meet each other's needs, because that's what a relationship is about.
So that's it, everybody. That is the end of this edition, should we say?
Yeah.
Let me put on my TV voice. And with that said, that brings down the curtains on this edition of Age Gap Relationship Talk Marriage Series thingy with your hosts, Paul and Tina Reed. We thank you for the time you have shared with us, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Until then, take care and big up from me and my house. Bye.